have you missed this face? I've missed you guys, and I'm sorry I haven't done any episodes. Once I hit 100, I've been taking a break, but I figured I owe it to all of you to give you like a recap. I did a Q1 recap, and here we are halfway through the year, so I'm giving you a Q2 recap of like what the fuck's been going on with my life. Yeah, it's just been like a madhouse as it normally is, and quite chaotic, but in the best way, and I'm actually like at peace with like a lot of things. So as chaotic as it is, it's like with good stuff. So let's top it off with April. So we took a family vacation to Chicago. So my mom, my brother, my niece, and I flew out to Chicago to see my brother and my dad's side of the family, select members of my dad's side of the family, back in April, and we had a fantastic time. I would say that I've never eaten that much food on a vacation ever, because the first 3 days my brother was giving us like a food tour of the suburbs of Chicago. So it was really realistic that I need to wear more dresses or like spandex pants at this point, because I was like, oh my god, I think it was night 3, I couldn't even eat my food. I sent it home with him. I was like, I took a couple bites. I'm like, I absolutely cannot do this. I'm gonna puke everywhere. But it was fantastic. We went to the Sears Tower. We went to, yes, and forever, I should actually backtrack. It will forever be called the Sears Tower. Don't ever tell me otherwise. And went on the architecture tour, went to the aquarium, went to Navy Pier. So we had fun, great time, freezing cold. It was totally worth it. But then my mom, my niece, and my aunt went to high tea at the Drake, because we fancy bitches. But we had such a good time. I was like, it was good to be back there, especially my mom and my brother haven't been in like 20 plus years, and Hayden has never been. So it was really exciting, and we're looking forward to like having another trip back there. Chicago is fantastic city, minus the fact that my brother actually just texted us this morning that his car got stolen out of his apartment building complex garage. Yeah, like car theft is something really real there. But whatever, it didn't happen when we were there, and hopefully he gets to like get his car back, and he wasn't injured in the process, but he said there was glass like shattered everywhere. So fuck people, go get a real fucking job is all I have to say. Whatever. But that's another topic. Anyway, so May was, Mother's Day, baby showers for my old roomie. She's like so pumped. She is due quite soon, and I'm so excited for her because it's been a long journey for her. But I'm so happy that she's been happy and healthy throughout this entire process, which is amazing. Got to spend time with my mom and my grandmother for Mother's Day, despite Mamie being in the hospital for Mother's Day. Tried to make a little bright light for her through her health struggles. And I went to Portland, Maine, and I would tell you all about it. I went for work, but I don't really have much to tell you, except for the fact that it took me 1 hour's time when I left work. It should be like an hour and 40 to 2 hours to get from Boston to Portland. It took me 1 entire hour to go 1 mile from work before I even hit the highway. So to say I was homicidal was like the absolute least that you could have said, because I was absolutely savage. So by the time I got there, it was 8 o'clock at night. I couldn't do anything except for grab dinner and go to bed, and then up for work, which I had a great work day, and then came home. So for the fact that that is the only time I've ever been to Portland, I need to go back and explore. But I've really been focused on traveling more and doing like small getaways throughout the year, because I need to just live my life, I just gotta do it. But June has been a really wild, sad, but exciting month, I will say. So my grandmother, Mamie, who I just mentioned, and you guys have heard me talk about her before, but she passed away on June 19th, and it's been a really, really difficult time, and I'm gonna not cry right now. But it was such an honor to be with her when she was transitioning. So Monday and Tuesday, I spent all day into the evening with her. and she passed on Wednesday. So got to spend some good quality time with her, when quality to me is not about having major discussions and entertaining and doing all that stuff, but it was just being with her and talking when she had the energy to talk and having conversation. She told me at like 6:45 on Monday morning, don't come down for me, and did I listen to her? Absolutely not. Why would I ever listen to that bogus request? But when I got there, she was actually really happy that I disobeyed her wishes, and it was such an honor, and I could go on for like a million years about how great of a grandmother she was, and she helped raise me between Mamie and Papa and my mom. Like, I'm a pretty okay human. So I was gonna say they did a great job raising me, but it's been such an honor to be her granddaughter, and now I'm gonna like full cry, and I just did my makeup because I'm heading to work in like 5 minutos. Oh my god, this is but you know what, it's been a lot these last couple of weeks, guys. But we had such a beautiful, beautiful ceremony for her. She literally wanted 3 roses on her grave and a graveside service, nothing at the church, and it exploded into something that she didn't want, but she deserved. So we did the burial on Thursday, which my grandfather owned multiple funeral homes, so it was funeral directors, current and retired, that wanted to come pay respects to my grandmother, because my grandparents made such an impact in their lives, like helping get them started in their career, and just, the florist donated, I shit you not, so many flowers. Like, there was so many people in the community that have like been touched by my grandparents and their acts of generosity, that it was like the nicest way to pay homage to them and to Mamie during this time. But it was incredible. So like 3 roses was her request, but the florist did like 300. I was like, I cannot believe. My mom and I pulled up to the cemetery before the actual service on Friday, and I was like, holy cow. I was like, this is so many flowers. And this lady drove all the way from the Cape to Boston at 3 a.m. to go to the flower market to go get all these flowers. So Sheila Kelly and Wellfleet was incredible. Brian Falvey was the funeral director, incredible. If you ever need any of them, he's affiliated with Dome Bale and Ames, which is where my grandfather owned. Please go see them if you need any services on Cape Cod. Now this is turning into like a promo, but oh my god, they were absolutely incredible. And then what was supposed to be a private graveside service turned into all of these funeral directors attending the burial on Friday. So I was quoting that as Funeral Junior. I have a weird way of coming up with names and nicknames and all this stuff, but Funeral Junior was on Thursday, and it was really sweet. The pastor came and said a few words and prayers, and it was, it was just so beautiful and intimate, and I was like, holy shit, like, this is for real. And the thing is, it's like, we would call Mamie about this stuff and be like, oh my god, guess who passed away? Oh my goodness, this is what happened in the town. This is whose house is on the market, all this stuff. And like, there's been so many times I'm like, I can't even call her. My mom cannot call her to tell her these things. And I talked to Mamie every single day after work, and as of late, like multiple times a day, before work, after work, whenever, I talk to her literally every single day. So my routine of calling her has been really difficult, because every time I'm walking out of my building at work, I'm like, gotta call Mamie, and then I can't, and it sucks. But she is not in pain anymore, and that's the most beautiful thing of it all, even though we are missing her tremendously. And then, so Funeral Junior happened on Thursday, and then the actual funeral happened on Friday, where it was just close family and friends there, and it just the most perfect day for her. Mamie was not a fan of like the humidity. She was born in October, so she loves fall weather, and we have gotten just that, like beautiful, beautiful, slightly breezy, low 70s, no humidity type weather. And I swear she brought it to us, because we were not about to bury her in the week previous is heat wave. Hard no. She would never have wanted it. And then we did a reception at the church, and it was just so incredible. My mom's cousin came down from Maine. My aunt and uncle were on a trip to Ireland. They cut their trip short to fly in for the services before heading back to Chicago. And keep in mind, that's my dad's side of the family, not even my mom. So just once again goes to show like what an impact that my grandmother and my grandfather both had on like so many people's lives. But it has been a really wild, emotional last few weeks. I am like so delicate right now, so bear with me. But despite all of that, she passed on the 19th, and I did have plans to go to New York City, and I was like, I'm gonna go have a good time, get away. I need a change of scenery, and thank God I actually slept for the first time in days during that trip. But Cece, who I have interviewed on this show, it was her son's first birthday party, so I drove 6 hours, which it should take 3 with no traffic, 6 hours to the Bronx to go celebrate my little friend, my baby Amir, for his first birthday party. And I was like so pumped. Such a good time. And yeah, it was just, you know, a nice way to like get out of the scenery. Cece's been my girl forever. She's been checking on me during all of this time. And, you know, I was just really happy to be a part of a fun celebration and especially get my mind off of things. And then on Sunday, I was like, what? I'm only 25 minutes from Tony Soprano's house. Like, maybe I should take a drive. So, obviously, I did just that. Like, I literally drove deeper into New Jersey, because I did stay in Englewood, but, like, deeper into New Jersey to go to Tony Soprano's house. Because, obviously, that's one of my favorite shows. I just re-binged it during the winter time, so I'm like, yeah, let's go do this. There were 3 people there that work on Carnival cruise ship that, you know, were also taking pictures, and they're like, we have a bathrobe. So, literally put this bathrobe on, tried to pose like Tony, and take pictures, and I was like, fuck yeah, love this. And the show has been off the air for 20 years, 2 whole decades, and I'm still watching it, and it's still very like relevant in my life. Okay. So then after Tony's, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to the Met, and I'm gonna go see the Sleeping Beauties exhibit, which is like for the Met Gala, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have like a gay old time in New York. And so all of a sudden I walk in after I went through Sleeping Beauties, and I yelled at this like Chinese woman and I'm not even saying Chinese for like, but you guys need for like frame of reference. I'm not like disparaging in any way, but they definitely think that they're influencers. So this woman was dressed like head to toe, and pushing people out of the way so she could take pictures with the dresses and the other props in there, and like literally ruining everybody's time. So after a full 20 minutes of standing behind this woman and having her adult son, because she was a big aged woman, but like having her son take all her photos for her, I popped off. I was like, man, this is fucking rude. You're literally ruining everybody else's time and pushing them out of the way so you can get pictures. Don't come on a fucking Sunday afternoon. Like, come on a Monday morning when nobody's here. Like, fuck all the way off. I didn't swear at her, but I was like a mini Karen, a Karenette, if you will. And she's like, I'm so sorry. She kept doing it, and I was literally going to punch her directly in the throat if I saw her again. I was fuming. And then all of a sudden, everybody, there was like a good 20 people behind me, were so quiet. And then all of a sudden I hear this one woman say, well, she said what we were all thinking. So I was like, well, thank you for backing me up, like all the way back there. But I was like, fuck you. So I was like already like my heart, I was like, fuck this bitch, I'm gonna punch something, throw something at her, right? Oh, also, Sarah Jessica Parker, lovely. It's good. You can't see through my ring light, but it's delicious. Anyway. So I'm like going through the next exhibit. I'm like still like whatever. And then all of a sudden I walk in. I'm like, it was Issa Rae. I was like, it was Issa Rae. Wait, hold on. I was like, it was Issa Rae. Oh my gosh. She was literally at the Met at the same time. Like, I was in the presence of this queen. It's like, holy shit. And I was like, no, that's not her. I'm on crack. I'm oblivious. I don't know what I'm thinking or doing. Like, it can't be her. It's her. No, it's not her. It's her. It is her. I was like going back and forth, and I'm like, I can't be, and you know, like whatever. So it was her. You know, just for confirmation in case you guys weren't aware that it was her. And I actually talked to this other guy and didn't realize that they were together, but like he had cool nail polish on, and I was like, I love your nail color, whatever, no big deal. And then I was like, no, that can't be her. No, it is, but it's not. Like, even the little moles on her face, I was like, nobody else would be that beautiful IRL and, like, even have those little moles and, like, her most perfect teeth. Like, when you see how beautiful she is on your TV screen or, like, even on your phone, if you're looking at, like, Instagram or whatever, she is just as fucking beautiful in person as she was, like, on TV or in photos. I was like, her skin is beautiful, her teeth are so white, her braids were like freshly done, so they looked so good, so props to whoever did her hair. And I was like, ugh. And then I go to the second exhibit, like, and super oblivious. I'm like, like, just looking, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm literally, she's like next to my elbow, my weenus, okay? I hate when people say that. And I look over, and she's standing directly next to me. I'm like, hi, I'm Katie. Enjoy the exhibit. What? Who does that? It's like, Issa Rae is literally standing right next to me, like literally, like centimeters, if you will, away from me. And I'm like, who says that? Who fucking says that? And I was like, and she's like, thanks. So nice, gracious, whatever. And I was like, I'm the world's dumbest person, right? So then I'm like going around. I'm like, no, it's definitely her, because like I need to be wearing my glasses more. But I was like, no, like she was literally so close to me that there's like no denying, right? So then I go, like a few minutes later, I see her and I go up and I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm really awkward and I need to redeem myself from that introduction just a few minutes ago. And I was like, I'm just really awkward. I absolutely love your work. Like, and then, you know, I mentioned a couple of friends that had worked on the set of Insecure and what an amazing time that they had. And she's like, oh, who are they? And we're chatting and, you know, all this stuff. And I was having a good visit with her, and I was like, I'm really sorry. Like, I am awkward. I think that she gets that, because she's also awkward, like, in the best way. She even wrote a book about it. Love that book. Don't know where it is, because I just tried reading it. It's not in my bookcase, so if I let anybody borrow it, you want to give it back? Thanks. But I was like, yeah, I was just really oblivious. And, like, I knew it was her, but, like, I was also oblivious. Like, should I say something? Like, I'm just awkward. And she's like, oh, my God, don't worry about it. It's totally fine. I'm like, no, but for real, I'm going to let you guys, like, just enjoy the exhibit right now. And, like, I will leave you alone. And then I shook her hand and her friend's hand. And I was like, so nice to meet you guys. Like, I'm going to let you be, because I didn't want people to, like, see me talking to her and then think it's okay to talk to her. I wanted to respect her boundaries, did not ask for a photo, because I was like, that's not what I'm here for. Because I just don't want to be like, hey, I'm a fan. I'm not a 69 God, but I'm a fan, you know, of hers. And I was like, but I also, she's a human and I wanted to respect her space. But I'm like, holy fuck, I just met Issa Rae. What? So Issa, if you ever see this, James, if you ever see this, my nail polish friend, like, I'm sorry, I'm so awkward. Can I redeem myself for a second time? Like, please, on God's green earth, like, let me get a second chance and just having a normal, regular, schmegular conversation with you, because I'm really not that bad in person. Just, you know, even though I was in person, I'm not that bad in person. I'm awkward. This should be called the awkward socialite, not the anti-socialite. But anyway, you guys, that was like the highlight of my June. And, you know, just being home a lot and having the funeral and being with Mamie, you know, as she was transitioning, like, everything's been so beautiful. And I'm gonna have a great summer, and I'm planning my 40th birthday party, because who the fuck turns 40 on a Black Friday? Yuck. But I'm planning a party, and I'm gonna travel somewhere, and I'm gonna have a great time. And I guilt trip my friends on Facebook to be like, I've never been married or had a baby shower, so, you know, send me money to go on a fabulous trip and enjoy myself. And there's currently $645 sitting in my Venmo account, because my friends just love me. So, you know, there's a lot of things like that I'm like, share the love with your friends, acknowledge your friends. I've talked about this numerous times, but if your friend just got a certificate or a license, or had a graduation or got a promotion at work, which, you know, I also just had a recent work transition. You know, there's a lot of things that can be celebrated that's not like the traditional celebrations of having a baby and getting married, because that is not our only worth. That is not what we only desire to be in life. Like, fucking just celebrate your friends and your loved ones, okay? And say hi to Issa Rae for me next time you see her, if you ever see her. But what? Come to Boston, girl. I'll take you out to dinner. What the fuck? What a roller coaster of work. I gotta go to work, guys. But what a roller coaster episode. And I love you. And hopefully I'll come back soon. If not, you'll see me for a Q3 recap. But, you know, thanks for always tuning in. I love you guys. TTYL.